All right. So, welcome back for some more Eternal Punishment. Mm. A toast to good old times. So you see, he was thinking that he was all hot shit, when in fact, hey, Maya, you listening? That deja vu boy again? You're so lucky. Compared to me, why do I have such bad luck with men? It's always been like that. You were always getting attention. Why do I have to be the ugly skank? Uh, Maya? Is she? Is she asleep? What the heck? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother. Well, you do work late every day. Let's go home, Maya. Here, grab your purse. Poke, poke, poke. I like the part where she poked her. That is so pathetic. Drunkenness, complaining, jealousy. Appeal rating 0. You're not qualified to be a woman. No one would even look at a woman like you. Looking after that girl is just to hide your inferiority complex. You don't have to rub it in. Oh, I'm getting the same vibes as in Persona 4. Basically telling everyone how bad Ulala actually is. But it just doesn't quite feel the same way. Same way. You tell her instead. I'm not sure if it matters which choice I pick here, but we'll just go with it and see what happens. I think it's partly because um, they don't these shadow selves of the main characters in this game. It just they just don't look as evil or mean looking as they actually do in Persona 4. Mm. Mm. But I think one of the qualities I like with these games is that they depict these um, normal human beings which through well, various events, or somehow end up being able to summon personas, and then they eventually face shadow selves, which they have to deal with, just to they just have to come to terms with who they are as a person, and in Ulala's case, she's kind of trying to find who she actually is. And things like this is not really what you see in other games. Miss Harisawa, do you feel it? Yeah, our imposters, right. We have to settle this ourselves. So as you can see, I am on another floor now, or actually I came down to the... And it is time for a boss fight. Isn't that nice? He's still asleep. Put him down. I mean, yeah, just look at it. Shadow Katsuya doesn't really look that evil. He just looks a bit bitter or grumpy or whatever. They just don't come off as evil or malicious. It's kind of hard to... Yeah, maybe it's just me. Anyway, so about this fight. Before I entered this room, I did some preparations. Now, since I've been running around in this dungeon for some time now, because of the layout of this place, it's kind of hard to actually tell if you're going in the right direction or not. So you will inevitably you will run into dead ends. And yeah, my tongue is slipping like mad. You will run into dead ends, so you will run around for quite some time unless you actually know the way. So you shouldn't have any problems of actually being properly prepared for this fight. In terms of your character levels should be fairly close to the bosses, and your personas should be at rank 8, or actually that's pretty much a given. It's just that I haven't actually followed those rules myself all the time. But we're doing that here. Or at least most of my personas here are at rank 8. And also, either they're resistant to magic, or they're actually weak to magic, which statistically have not been the very common types of spells which a boss has attacked with. Since Ulala, never mind. Since I've been swapping them out in and out now, personas, but I don't think actually I don't think any of my personas I have equipped or is likely to equip in this fight should pose a problem in terms of taking a lot of damage from their attacks. Since let's see. No, never mind. Right. Now, yeah, let's just forego what type of spells I have to defend against them. Now, a bit of an issue here is that In terms of spells I can use against them, I don't have that many types of elemental spells available. When I say elemental, I refer to any type which is fire, water, wind, earth, and such. While I can't quite categorize the nuclear, almighty, holy, and dark spells, or dark and light spells. So I don't know how to categorize those, so I just call the other spells elemental. I hope that makes sense. But I don't have that many I don't have that many elemental skills I can use. So in case these bosses are actually weak to a certain element, there's not much I can do about that. They do seem to take quite a bit of damage from Hiero's Glupane, however. So maybe that will work out in the end. Well, Atomic Destruction did nothing, so I didn't really expect them to die in one hit. But let's try the other one this time. Let's see how that goes. Also note that something which is probably a good idea in almost all fights is to buff yourself with some kind of defense spell, such as Samakaja or whatever, since they actually do make a difference. It's just that they're just kind of there. It's not like they're you're required to use them to actually win. It just feels like the buff spells are more of a nice thing to actually have, but they're not a must. I mean, you can take a lot of damage, but you can heal it up. But if you buff yourself, you will take even less damage and don't have to heal up yourself as much. And it's just that, yeah. Oh, that was Flash's spell. I almost forgot what it looked like. It's just that, yeah, it just usually isn't on my mind to actually use the buff spells, but they're actually pretty nice. I tried using one of them. I used one on Maya, and she used a spell against a demon which was weak to magic, and I did actually notice that she did almost double the damage when she actually cast the spell. When she had I can't remember the buff spell, but it increased her magic attack. So they do make a difference. It is up to you to use them though, since the game does nothing in terms of encouraging you to use them. They're just there. Maybe it's just me that I haven't been thinking of actually using all of the spells I have on me all the time. Especially not the buff spells. Well, enough about that. Hiero's Glupane! Keep doing it. And at least Ulala seems to. Shadow Ulala is going to probably die soon. Oh, speaking of dying.